Hey guys, so we're going to look at APUS history reasoning processes. All right, there's 3, and these are going to be what you're going to want to use to navigate the essay questions as well as multiple choice questions. But also, as you read the textbook and you attend class, you're going to use these in order to make connections, all right, and really put things into a bigger picture for you. Okay, all right, so again, this is to better understand content and make those connections, all right, as well as interpret your test questions. The first one is compare and contrast. Just like any other content area, we're looking for the similarities and the differences between 2 different viewpoints of an event. All right, so you really want to be sure that you acknowledge both points in whatever you're writing, or if it's a multiple choice question, looking at what is the question really asking, okay, the compare or the contrast version of this. All right. Example of a writing prompt is evaluate the extent of similarities between blank and blank, all right? Or evaluate the extent of differences between blank and blank, right? An example of an actual test question, evaluate the extent of similarities between the Chesapeake and the New England colonies in North America from 1607 to 1754. Looking at this entire question, you want to be sure you stay within the window frame, okay? So stay in that time zone. All right, then you really want to just talk about the Chesapeake and New England, or also known as the North and the South of the American colonies, and you're looking at the extent of the similarities. Of course, in this question, you'd also want to kind of touch on the differences, but focus on the similarities most. All right, next process is causation. All right, causation. Okay, you're going to describe your causes, explain the relationship between them, all right, explain the differences, all right, and then explain how relevant this is to historical developments, okay? So the idea is acknowledge the cause and effect, then explain the relationship between them, then delve into the differences, all right, and then what does it all have to do with the significance? Some examples of question styles are evaluate the relative importance of causes which led to, or evaluate the relative importance of effects which resulted from. An actual test question is evaluate the relative importance of different causes for the expanding role of the US and the world in the period from 1865 to 1910. Okay, again, you want to look at that time window and stay within it. All right, you want to note the different causes of the expanding role, okay, and then you're definitely going to want to somewhere in that answer touch on the effects of that as well. All right, continuity and change, one of the harder ones to kind of navigate, and the idea is this: you're going to describe these patterns, all right, then you need to explain these patterns, all right, and then you need to relate them to the historical significance, okay, so describe the patterns, explain the patterns, and then how they relate to historical significance. Examples of those question prompts: evaluate the extent of continuities of, or evaluate the extent of changes of. And an actual test question would be evaluate the extent of change in the US foreign policy in the period 1783 to 1828. As usual, want to pay attention to that time window, only foreign policy, and you would definitely want to talk about at some point the effects of the US foreign policy in addition to all of the changes, okay?